And now the messages we got were not just people from Maine, they were from all over the entire country. People going through that exact same nightmare, and others who quit the company months ago and got their money back, and others who are still consultants who are very, very happy with their experience and they totally support the company. So, to kind of boil this all down, we've brought some people in here for a live panel to discuss both their experiences and some legal situations here too. So here's who we have with us. We have Ron Schneider, who's a lawyer in Portland. We have Attorney General Mills, and we have Lisa Record, is that correct, from Lewiston, who you used to be a consultant, correct?
Yeah,
and you
I'm
resigned.
going out of business right now.
She's going out of business from LuLaRoe in the process. And lastly, on the phone, we have Stephanie Mills, also from Lewiston, who is currently a very happy LuLaRoe consultant. So first, we're going to start with Stephanie. Stephanie, quickly, just tell me, you know, seeing all of this drama that's going on, but you seem to still be happy with the company. So tell us about your experience a little bit.
So I've been with the company since March, and I started with the smallest onboarding package. My boyfriend and I made a minimal investment because that's what we could afford. And I chose at that time to just get the minimum stuff. I bought a couple of racks and hangers and all the stuff I absolutely needed. And every time I make enough money from sales, I place another order. And any extra goes back towards the initial investment. And I've done okay. It's slow and steady, I guess.
So slow and steady, things that seem to be going well for you. We'll come back to you in a minute, but Lisa, you've certainly had, you know, she said she just started in March. It's been a slow and steady going process, but she is making some money. You did not have that experience. What has the last month or so been like for you?
Completely dead. I haven't been able to get into any vendor events. I haven't made any sales. Haven't been able to do anything with the company.
Is this different from what you expected, you know, when you bought in?
Yeah, when I bought in, I was told the clothes would practically sell themselves.
And did that happen?
And that did not happen at all. I would, you know, go to vendor events, not sell anything. Most recent vendor event was August 26th at the Main Mall. Paid $160 for that vendor event. I sold 2 pairs of leggings for $50.
Wow. Tell me a little bit about the process of resigning.
I had to send in an email saying that I wanted to end my contract, and they just wrote back and said, "All right, you're done."
All right, you're done. And was that in the time when you expected to get all of your money back for returning your merchandise?
Yeah, I thought I sent it in last week, and you know, that's when the change happened, 90%, and that's only on qualified purchases. Like, if you bought from other consultants going out of business, that's not covered. If you traded styles that weren't selling with you for styles another consultant have, those aren't covered by the buyback program.
You bought directly from the company?
Directly from the company within the last year.
If you don't mind us asking, you know, what kind of hardship is this putting you in?
Lots, because I got 300 pieces of inventory sitting in my house that I'm going to have to sell to the public.
And Stephanie, if you can still hear us right now, I'm just curious, you know, your response to hearing someone who's had a negative experience like this.
I guess it breaks my heart. I wouldn't say that I've had I haven't made all of my money back, not even remotely close to that. And the first few months were slow for me, but I was also working full-time out of the home. Now that I'm working in my home full-time with, like, not separate from LuLaRoe, I'm able to focus a little more on it. But it makes me sad that someone's had a negative experience when I've had nothing but positive.
She said given the fact that she's had nothing but a positive experience, it makes her so sad to hear that you've had such a negative one. I want to bring our lawyers in here. First, just either of you, your reactions to hearing kind of the process that some Mainers and people across the country have gone through with a company like this.
Right. Well, I think that we have laws on the books, and there are federal laws and state laws regarding business practices, and it's really important that people, when they sign a contract or agree to a sales thing like this, a multi-level marketing scheme, paradigm, that they do so with their eyes open, with all due respect. You got to be real sure of the details. You got to ask around, and the person who's selling it to you, selling the inventory to you, ask them how much have they made over what period of time, and who else have they sold to, and how many other people in your community are selling the same product, because it can become almost a pyramid scheme if you're not careful. Sometimes these marketing agencies are selling the sales, not the product itself. So that's something to be aware of. We have a law on the books about business opportunities. If somebody sells an inventory or items for resale to you to sell of a value of more than $250, they may have to register in the state of Maine and be bonded. So that's a critical piece of information, whether they fall within the definition of business opportunities too. Oh, okay. And there's also small claims court. If the amount is under $6,000 or under, and the entity can be sued in small claims court if there's a violation of the contract, a breach of the contract. So.
Ron, I want to run something by you. We talked about this on the phone earlier, a little bit of specifics with the situation here. I'm just going to read this. So here we have a copy of the contract that every LuLaRoe consultant signs when they onboard. And it says, LuLaRoe may create or amend plans or programs as it pleases, and also that those amendments should become effective 30 days after notification to consultants. But separate from that, here's the announcement about the cancellation of the full refund that people like Lisa went through, which says that if you haven't yet gotten your shipping labels, you no longer qualify for that full refund. So that seems to say that it's effective immediately. Yeah, Do you think that's a contradiction there?
Yeah, they changed the rules in the middle of the game, and when maybe they saw that there were some people who were losing out in this scheme where you had so many people that you ended up with more sellers than customers, maybe, and that you just can't do that. These people relied on it. They said, I'm going to put my blood, sweat, and tears into this, try to make some money, but you've got to guarantee me something. I'll spend money to go to a vendor show. I go to a vendor show, I don't sell, but if I don't sell, if it doesn't work out for me, you're going to give me 100% of my money back. And then they go and change the rules. And apparently there were bonuses that people were eligible for. They're applying the bonuses against the 90%.
Oh boy.
So they've changed the rules significantly to the financial detriment of people, and now they're saying, well, maybe, as we were discussing, maybe they don't have the money to pay people.
Right.
There's so many.
I want to not completely stop this here. We're going to take a break, but for anyone who's watching during this commercial break, you can go to our Facebook pages, News Center Now, WCSH, WOBZ, to watch. We're going to continue this conversation live on Facebook.